Ryan here with Prudential Pest Solutions, and in this video I'm going to show you how we treated and removed a yellow jacket nest from a shed, and then let's take a look at what the inside of the nest looks like. Let's check it out. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously we're going to suit up in my bee suit. So what that means is I wear long coveralls, thick gloves, and a veil. And a helmet as well. So we're going to approach this nest like we do with hornets' nests. So this was an actual yellow jacket nest that was built on the inside of this shed, and they were using this shed as kind of like a workout area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right up to the nest, and I'm going to use a product called TPPI. It's an aerosolized insecticide, and it does two things for us. Number one, when I inject it in there, it is an instant kill. And that's very, very important when you're getting face to face with hundreds of stinging insects. The other thing that it does is that it's an aerosol, so it permeates that entire void, not the entire world, the entire nest inside of that paper shell. So it's going to give us good kill initially, and it's going to permeate all that nest, and it's going to kill them quickly. Now, one thing we have to keep in mind is that this is the middle of the day, and I know that in the best case scenario, we would be doing this in the middle of the night, but you know what? We're a company, we have all the equipment and the techniques and the chemical to do this at any time during the day. So we are going to have some stragglers that are flying around outside of the nest because workers are always coming and going out of the nest so that they can bring back resources for the colony. And if you're curious how they actually make their nests, I have a whole nother video that shows exactly how they do that. But basically what they do is you'll see them on, maybe you have an old fence or the side of a shed with some bare wood, and you'll see these streaks, and it looks almost like tiger stripes almost on the wood. And that's from them chewing at the wood, mashing it up into a pulp, and then they make it into the actual paper protection of their nest. So I have the actual nest removed here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape off and make that area nice and clean again. We can never get all of the nesting material off, but we're going to get about 99% of it off. And we're going to remove that. And then the last step, what we're going to do is we're going to actually treat the outside and the inside with an insecticide, a liquid insecticide. And what that's going to do, so number one, any of the workers that are out of the nest now, when they come back, they're going to see that their house is gone. It's obliterated, it's removed. They don't have the ability to restart that nest. All right, they don't have the ability to start it all over again. But we also want to accelerate the process of the homeowner being able to use this shed again. So we could do nothing after we remove the nest, and that's fine. Just stay away from it for a few days to a week, and then you'll be good to go. But in this case, we're going to accelerate that process by using a liquid insecticide, and we're going to treat where the nest was, around the shed, and then around that door framing once we close the door. And what that's going to do then is any of the workers that when they come back, number one, their nest is gone, and two, they're going to be killed by that treatment that we did there. So it's kind of a three-step process. Number one is treat the nest. Step two is to remove it and clean the area. And then step three is to apply a residual liquid insecticide to the areas where the yellow jackets or the hornets were getting into. One thing I should mention about that initial product that we use, that aerosol that I love so much, that PTPI, is that there's no residual to it. Meaning, once it's applied and it does its thing, there's no long-lasting effects to it, which is great for the environment, it's great for the homeowners, it's great for us. But when we're talking about workers coming back to the nest, we need something there that's going to kill them off and accelerate that process. So that's why we're using the liquid in this case. If this nest was located in a void or underneath the steps or something we couldn't actually get to the nest, then after we kill the nest, we would apply an insecticidal dust, with the same theory being that we need some residual protection there. So now we have the nest removed. It's on the side of my truck here, and we're just going to look at it. All the white part there is all the larvae, right? So all of those guys, all that white that you see there would all be adults in the next week or so, right? And we could still see some dead yellow jackets here. And it's really kind of interesting how everything is compact and put together. I usually use my bare hands when I'm certain that everything's out of there. But if you're uncertain, you shouldn't just be putting your fingers in there because you're going to get stung pretty good. And unlike honeybees, yellow jackets, wasps in general can sting many, many times in a row. So you want to be extra cautious with that. So if you have a bee, wasp, hornet issue, or any pest issue, call Prudential Pest Solutions at 484-401-4361. And I promise we can restore your property and get them out of it.